10 p.m. Slade Farm. At the farm, 20 miles from the main line at Cheddington and 200 miles from the southbound mail train, the robbers were passing the time by playing Monopoly.
Along this sleepy country lane in England is the true location of one of the most audacious crimes that ever took place. In this video, we will show you the two main locations used in the robbery. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel if you like what you see. A gang of 15 members led by Bruce Reynolds attacked the Royal Mail train from Glasgow to London in the early hours of August the 8th. In the hope of grabbing at least £1 million in cash, it turned out that this particular train was holding approximately 2.3 million, a value of at least 42 million in today's money. Just after 3 o'clock in the morning, the gang managed to stop the train right here at Bridagio Bridge, known today as Mentmore. Using false signalling, the train was originally stopped about here at what was known as Sears Crossing. It was then moved to the bridge. Approximately 40 miles from London and pretty much in the middle of nowhere. This particular location was vital.
The engine and the two leading coaches were over Bridagio Bridge, a bridge over one of the most deserted roads along the whole line. The lorry waited below. The time, 3 a.m. The masked robbers meanwhile broke into the high-value coaches and forced the 5 postal workers in them to lie face down. Emptying the coach of the mailbags, the robbers threw them down onto others who loaded them onto the truck.
Now we know this is the correct side of the bridge, as the particular stonework is visible in a couple of now famous photographs taken at the time. You can see the same stonework today in our photographs. Now this is difficult to make out, as it is now overgrown and fenced off, but if you look carefully, you can just make out the narrow part of the embankment the robbers would have actually used to reach the railway lines. It's pretty certain their trucks would have been parked right here.
All was precision and planning. Everything worked for the robbers. By dawn, they were richer by nearly £3 million. But then, as in so many crimes before this one, all the planning fell apart, and many of the gang reached their real end of the line at Aylesbury Court.
What you are looking at here is the entrance to Slade Farm, which was the hideout for the gang before and after the robbery. Unfortunately, the original farmhouse was demolished in the mid-90s, so there was very little point in taking our cameras up to the new building. The fact that the new owners even went to the trouble of having a public footpath rerouted to discourage the curious probably means that it wouldn't have been a good idea anyway. However, the original farmhouse did stand where the new one is today, and we can show you that now. The owner of the farm just after the robbery, a Mr. Bernard Rickson, actually sold tickets for curious sightseers, costing £0.50 for adults and £1 for children. Ironically, the original farmhouse was meant to be burned down just days after the robbers fled. However, due to a catastrophic error by the gang, this never happened. A mistake that would ultimately cost them their freedom.
5 days after the robbery, the police found Slade Farm. They trumpeted their discovery, but once again, no great sleuthing had been required. A local farmer had led them to it.
What a wonderful surprise for John Morris and his family. News that he is to get £10,000 reward for the train robbery information he gave the police. But it was work as usual for John. He's a herdsman, and no mere news stops the cow's milk-producing routine. John's reward was earned when he noticed a year ago that at nearby Slade Farm, which was supposed to be empty, there was some strange activity. He wondered if it could be the gang's hideout. Sure enough, these were the rooms the robbers occupied. They left clues. The rest we all know.
Luckily for us, the outer buildings at the entrance are still mainly intact. In this photograph taken soon after the gang's hideout was found, you can clearly see the trucks used in the robbery, waiting to be moved out by the police. So these were the two main locations used in this history-making crime, as they look today. We hope you have found this interesting, and if so, please consider subscribing to this True Location channel. It really is very much appreciated, and it does help to get more videos like this made. Thank you for watching and see you next time.